Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to enable DISA, which is a dial tone service for your remote workers. This video is useful for PBExact administrators. DISA stands for Direct Invert System Access. It allows the remote workers to call into the PBX from any telephone and obtain an internal dial tone from the PBX. Once user receives the dial tone, then he can dial out the call, which will appear as it is coming from a local extension of your PBX. This is very useful for the staff outside the office to take advantage of lower distance rates. The client would see the call coming from a business office that adds credibility to this call, even though the employee may be using a cell phone or a landline phone. Sometimes PBX might be set to record these business calls for some legal requirements. We will use DISA module to set up this service, which will create a DISA destination where you can route your remote dial tone service calls. You can make this accessible on a direct DID, or you can add this to your auto attendant IVR as a hidden option. This will add little bit of security to your service. Now I'm going to show you how to create a DISA destination in your PBExact. We will go to modules, and in application section we'll go to DISA and click here. To add a new DISA destination, you will press this button, Add DISA. Here you will enter a friendly name to identify this DISA in your applications. I'm setting this DISA for extension 1004, so I'm going to enter 1004. To secure this dial tone service, here you should set a unique PIN. I'm going to enter just a random PIN. You can also set up multiple pins, and you can separate these pins by commas. So you can set multiple pins here. I'm just going to set one for us. Here you have response timeout and digit timeout. If your caller does not enter the digits on time, then these timeouts can actually disconnect the call. You can also enable the call recording for this DISA service. Here, this will work just like any other call recording options. I'm going to just enable the call recording for this DISA. Require confirmation. This you can enable if you're setting up your DISA on a direct DID number. This will ask your caller to enter digit 1 before it can proceed to prompt for a password, and so this will filter the junk calls. In caller ID section, here you can provide the name or the caller ID that you want to send when this call is sent out or dialed out from your PBX. Here I'm setting this DISA for 1004, so I will set 1004 name here. It will be in double quotes. Then I can enter the caller ID number in brackets here. This caller ID will be used when the call is dialed out from the PBX. You need not to touch the context here. This is a very advanced configuration. Allow hang up is a nice feature where you can enable it, and your callers, they can use double star as a hook flash. By default, this is disabled, and callers, they will just grab a dial tone, make a call, and then call will hang up. If you allow this, caller, they can just dial star star. It will just function as a hook flash, and the outgoing call will be cancelled or disconnected, and the dial tone will continue on the same call. And then they can make multiple calls on the same dial tone. Caller ID override option is useful when you want to override the caller ID. Usually I will say yes, because I want to override the caller ID which is coming from the line. I want to send my local caller ID that I have set here, so I will enable this option here. I'll press submit, and my new DISA is created. I'll apply config, and my DISA is ready. Now I'm going to make this DISA service access available from your auto-attended IVR. I'll go to modules, and I will go and edit my auto-attended IVR here. So in this auto-attended IVR, I will just go and add another option here. I will use any star 121. It can be multiple digits. Only the users who know this code will be able to, access this service. You will not announce this code in your auto-attended IVR prompt. So this service will be hidden. This will add additional layer of security for your DISA access. So for star 121, I'm going to select a DISA service here, and here is my DISA that I have just created. I'll press submit and apply config. Now my DISA will be available in my auto-attended IVR. Let's call and test it. Now to test this DISA, you can use your cell phone or any telephone to dial out the DID for your company, which will be answered by your auto-attended IVR. Let's test it. So I'm going to dial out the DID number.
Welcome. Press 1 for sales. Press 2 for support. Press
Okay, now
5
we
to
have
join
to
the
enter
conference
our
room.
hidden
Dial the
DISA
extension
option.
number if you know it, or wait for operator.
We are going to dial our service access number, which is a
Please
hidden
enter your
option.
password, followed by the pound key.
Now it is asking for a DISA password, which is 2354.
Thank you.
Now we have received a dial tone, and with this dial tone we can dial out any call. Now my 1000 extension is ringing. It means we have successfully configured our DISA service. You can also put this DISA service directly on any DID number. You will go to inbound routes, and here you can create a special inbound route for a specific caller ID also. So you can use a caller ID of the user. So it could be, any caller ID that you can configure. So I'm just going to put a number here. So any call that comes from this number and comes for this DID will be routed to DISA. So I'll choose DISA option here, and this is submit. Now with this route, your calls, the calls those are coming on your DID from this number will be routed directly to this DISA. However, putting a DISA on a direct DID could be very risky, because a DISA opens up your PBX dial tone to the outside callers. So be sure to configure the security access controls for your DISA destinations. First of all, you should pin in your DISA service. You can use one pin or multiple pins. Multiple pins means one pin for each user is a lot better. When you're putting up your DISA on a DID, you will probably try to strict based on the incoming caller ID. However, this is not a very tight security. Caller ID numbers these days, they can be faked also. So it's always good to put a good security code and keep your DISA access service hidden in your auto-attended IVR. This will be a lot better implementation of DISA. I hope this video will guide you to set up your DISA service quickly. However, if you need more information, you can go to wiki.sangoma.com on this link and you can go through DISA module configuration guide. Thank you for watching the video. Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to access Office PBX dial tone from any landline or cell phone. This video is useful for end user or remote worker. PBXact has a very interesting feature called DISA. With this feature, you can dial out calls from your Office PBX extension while working outside of your office. You can use any landline or cell phone to make these calls. However, the called person will receive this call coming from your office extension or your office phone number. Your PBX administrator will set up this feature for you and give you a direct number or a secret access code in your office's auto-attended IVR. Additionally, you will receive a service password as well. Accessing a PBX dial tone is very easy. You will dial the service number from any phone and enter the password when asked. Let me show you. From any phone, a landline phone or a cell phone, you will dial a 10-digit number, the way you access your company's office number. So you will dial this number. In my case, this is the number. So I'm going to dial this from any phone.
Welcome. Press 1 for sales. Press
Now this
2
is
for
my company's
support.
IVR.
Press 5 to join the conference room. Dial the extension number if you know it, or wait for operator.
Here you have to enter your secret service code. My secret service code is *121.
Please enter your password, followed by the pound key.
Now I'm able to access the service. I need to enter my password. My password is 2354 and I will press pound.
Thank you.
Now I have received a dial tone. Right, this is dial tone. Just you receive a dial tone on your extension. Here I can dial any extension or any number to dial out. Suppose I'm going to dial out extension 1000. Now extension 1000 is ringing. extension 1000 will receive my local extension as a caller ID. So extension 1000 will assume that I'm calling from my own extension. I can press star star. I can press star star and retrieve the dial tone again. Okay. You can also use star star for the ongoing call, and that call will be disconnected. It will just be like hanging up your phone. So let's see how this works. I'm going to call again 1000. Now 1000 is ringing. Now the call is answered. Here I can, after finishing my talk, I can press star star, and this call will be disconnected, and you'll get another, again the dial tone. And then you can make any other call if you want to make. For example, I want to call an outside number. I can also do that. So I will dial an outside number, and this call will go to an outside number, and it will appear that this call is coming from my office number. So this is now ringing on an external number, and then we can talk. Again, pressing a star star will return, disconnect this call and return you the dial tone. This is very easy to use this feature.